Hey, it's a sister bro. So if you were just like me, was not aware of the what's going on between Brenay Kenyard, also known as Brenay Montague, with her husband Tim Montague and Akira Montague, here's the breakdown. Here's what Chuck found out for us. So Akira Montague filed a lawsuit in May 2024 against Brenay Kenyard in North Carolina, asserting the tort of alienation of affection and criminal conversation, i.e., that Brenay somehow interfered in the marital relationship and caused Akira's husband or former spouse to withdraw affection from Akira. So Akira's spouse was Tim Montague, and Brenay Kenyard, who is now Brenay Montague, was friends with Akira. They were good friends. And somehow, some way, Brenay supposedly they was having an affair, and Tim left Akira for Brenay. Okay. The tort of alienation of affection is recognized in only a few U.S. states, including North Carolina, and essentially allows one spouse to sue a third party for stealing their partner's affection. So I don't know how she Akira got wind of this. You know, she was doing her research, or somebody probably told her about that. But it's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing that she lives in North Carolina, where you can get, I mean, in such sense, a justice for somebody that came and broke up your home. Because in other states, you are left with, just, I guess, moving on or whatever, in a sense where you didn't want to move on because you were blindsided. So that's always that, in my opinion, North Carolina holds marriage to a high standard. So if you come in and you break somebody's marriage, if the person wants to, they can sue you for breaking up their home, for stealing their partner's affection from them. So there, now if you, because it seems like sometimes this happens, and surface level seems like the person is living, their best life after breaking up your home. But if you live in North Carolina and what other states this is going on, yeah, you're going to pay. So let's continue. Now, of course, you have to have evidence, right? You just kind of just open up wasting time, wasting your money. You got to have evidence. And according to what people are saying on the internet, Kira seems to have a lot of evidence. So we'll see how this turns out. Let me see if chat says something else. Now, chat did say, what's for precedence? If this case proceeds to a full trial, which it is already a full trial, or a published decision, it may serve as a precedent or at least a public example of how these claims operate in influence/digital reputation era. So it will affect the person's era somewhat, you know, might lose a few followers, but trust me, she'll gain too, because that's just people just messy. So here's a second response that chat says, according to reporting, Brenay Kenyard, a social media influencer, is being sued for the tort of alienation of affection and possibly criminal conversation by someone with the surname Montague. That's Akira. So here is Chat's thoughts on this case. From a strategic perspective, suing for alienation of affection is a bold move. It sends a signal the plaintiff believes there was a significant third-party interference in the marriage relationship. For Brenay Kenyard, being named as the third party in such a case means she's likely need to respond robustly, either by disputing the facts, causation, or even that the tort is valid. For Tim Montague, Montague's side, if the claim has merit, it could lead to compensation or settlement. But if the facts are weak, the case could be dismissed or the cost may outweigh benefits. For observers, that's us watching the case, these cases raise interesting questions about the boundaries of personal relationships, social media influence, accountability, privacy, and how old torts like alienation of affection still play out in modern digital life. So this is probably something that was back in the old day. For public influence life. If you're a public figure, actions, even perceived ones, that might affect other relationships can have legal ramification, and reputational ones even apart from legal liability. So overall, I see this as potentially high stakes, high visibility lawsuit. Yes, it is. If the complaint is well supported, it could lead to meaningful consequences for Brenay Kenyard. Legal, financial, reputational. On the flip side, if the claim lacks solid proof, especially of causation or that the alleged third-party actions truly caused the breakdown of the marriage, it could fizzle out, but the mere existence of the suit still creates a ripple effect. If I had to guess, this won't be quick or easy case for either side. Even if it settles quickly, there may be ancillary consequences, public scrutiny. That's exactly what's going on. Social media backlash, contract sponsorship issues. So that's chat breakdown.